everyone to the Art of Crochet project. I'm Merri Medley. Today we will be creating our calla lily, and it is just beginning to bud and blossom. We'll be using acrylic yarn, white, green, and I chose a pale yellow. We're using a G6 4.25 millimeter crochet hook, a yarn needle, scissors, and a tape measure. This flower will measure approximately 12.5 inches long. Let's begin. We're going to start with the petal. We're going to make a magic circle. And we're going to do 10 single crochets. This first loop does not count as a stitch since it's just to join the magic circle. I'm pulling the tail of the magic circle to tighten it. And we shall join it and then begin the second row. I don't go into this first loop here, I go into this one. Actually, it's two loops. Let me get them so you can see I'm in those two loops of the first stitch, and that's where I join. Then I'm pulling the tail even tighter. Okay, we're going to chain 2, and we're going to proceed to do half double crochets, 2 in each stitch. Then I'm going to do a slip stitch here and join it. That's the second row. We're going to chain 2. This row we're going to do double crochets, and we're going to do 2 double crochets in a stitch. The next stitch we'll do 1 double crochet, then we're going to do 2, then 1, and we're going to do that all the way around. So we're going to do 2, and then 1, oops, I did 2 and 2, so let me take one of these out so that it's 2 and 1. And the next one is 2. And I always like to do another stitch, whether or not I end up doing the correct pattern, because I know we started out with 1, 2, 1, 2 all the way around, and now I'm at 2, 1, and I should be doing 2 right here. And then I will join, do a slip stitch, and that completes the third row. And we'll do one more row. Now in this row what I'd like to do is the first 5 stitches we're going to do treble crochets. Then we're going to do double crochets all the way around until the last 5 stitches, and then we're going to do treble crochets as well, and that should give our flower a little bit of a curvature. So let's chain 2, and we're going to do, well actually we're going to chain 3, and we're going to do 5 treble crochets. And the chain will count as a treble as well. Then we're going to go back to doing doubles. Okay, as we're nearing the end, let me make sure I count my last 5 stitches because they will be treble crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have one more stitch to do as a double. And now we're going to do the trebles. Last one. And then we're going to do an extra one just so that it closes that gap a little bit. Might even do extra 2. So let's see what the extra 1 looks like. Okay, so that's an extra treble. Let's do one more treble. We're going to do 2 at the end. And then I'll join. Do a slip stitch. Now, to create the little peak at the tip, we're going to do a picot. So that's where you chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you do a slip stitch to secure it. And we'll just do another slip stitch here just to secure the picot. Now I'm going to leave sort of a long tail because I want to weave it back down, and I'd rather have a little bit more yarn. And this is our flower petal. It's already beginning to curve, but being that since this is acrylic yarn, we can sort of stretch it out. Next we will make the yellow portion. So in this one we just make a slip knot, and we're going to chain about 8. 1, 2. Then we're going to do a slip stitch all the way down, and then we're going to come on the other side and do a slip stitch up, and then we're going to do another set of slip stitches going down, so that both ends here. If you like, you could stop right now after just doing one row of slip stitches, or we can go around and do another one depending on how wide you want your, I believe this is called the pistil of the flower. I'll have to double check that. So we're going to go around and do slip stitches one more time around. Oops, I think I skipped a stitch. Let me start again. Now as we get to this top loop here, I'm going to chain a stitch. I'm going to slip stitch in it first. Then I'm chaining 2. Let me see how that looks. And then I'll proceed to go around this corner and start slip stitching again down, to kind of give it a rounded edge at the top. Then I'll just do a slip stitch here to end it. And that's it. So I will cut this and pull this through. So this gives you an idea of how large it is compared to the petal. So now we have two parts of our beautiful calla lily completed, and we can either take a yarn needle and weave the yarn back down, or you can cut it and tie it. Making the petal and the pistil. Next we will make the stem. So I like to start at the top of the stem where they have, let me adjust this camera. Okay, where we have like the cup that holds the bottom of the flower blossom. So we're going to start with the slip knot. We're going to chain 12. And we're going to join it. With the slip knot. Then we're going to chain 2, and we're going to do half double crochets all the way around. Then we're going to join. We could actually do one more. I know that normally this is part of the chain, but just so that it has a little bit of extra space if we need it, we'll do one more. Then we're going to do a slip stitch to join. We're going to chain 2, and we're going to start to do the decrease this round. So we're going to do 1 half double crochet, then the next one we're going to do a decrease. So we're going to start the half, then we're going to do a half double crochet. I'm going to do a decrease. And a half double. Then a decrease. And I do have this extra stitch here, so I'll just do it and join there. So basically it should be decreasing. So we should be down to around, let's see, around 6 stitches. That's what we're shooting for. I turned it inside out so I could see the top of the stitches better. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we need to do one more row of decrease. So we're going to chain 2. In this row we're going to do decreases every stitch. So wait a minute, let me start again. So now at this point we're going to do, we're going to pull up 3 altogether. We're going to keep 3 hoops on our hook, 3 loops on our hook. So we're going to pull up one hoop here. So 1, 2, 3. Now I know that we probably had about 4 stitches. We're just going to let the other one drop. Okay, so now on this we're going to do something a little different. We're going to pull the hook through and release 2 loops. Grab the yarn over, pull it through the end loop. Grab the next loop, yarn over, pull it through, and then through this one. Then we're going to remove the hook, squeeze really tight here on those 2 loops. We're going to do this stitch all the way down as long as you want your stem to be. and it kind of gives it a stretchiness to it. And it automatically turns sort of tubular or cylindrical. Stem, it measures about 8 inches from here to here, and this is the petal blossom, this is the pistil. So what I will do is I will attach this right before the last row, right in here. And just in case you like to move it up or down after you start to fold your flower, I'm just going to pull it through and make a temporary knot here. Okay. Now, from what I've seen, flowers fold from this side here, and then this side loops over when it's folded and starting to blossom on this calla lily. So that's how I'm going to do it. And we're going to start to insert it into the cup of the, I call this the cup of the stem. Okay. And we can shape our blossom after we secure it in here. So I have a yarn needle already threaded with the green yarn. So I will proceed to make a stitch in here just to secure these items in place and to start to attach the base of the stem, the cup. Okay. So I like to steam it the way, in the shape that I chose. Alrighty, so we have just completed our calla lily. And if you prefer, you can run some green florist wire through here. Thank you for watching, and do have a great day.